That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football. But you will.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times teen dramas were overly dramatic.
It's not too late to be family.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't want anyone else hogging my spotlight, okay? I love it too much to let it go that easy.
Because we're endgame, Archie.
For this list, we're looking at some of the times these shows went over the top. We're only looking at series specifically classified as dramas because sitcoms and comedies deserve a list of their own. Also, a spoiler alert is in effect. What's your favorite melodramatic moment? Let us know in the comments. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
It gets me gone, baby. It's all about your lipstick, lipstick on your lips.
Number 10. Ben and Amy getting married. The secret life of the American teenager.
I love you, Amy Juergens.
Thanks. Me too.
Teen dramas have become infamous for teenage marriage proposals, but usually they have at least some substance to them. However, this one was absolutely ridiculous.
Will you marry me?
Ben and Amy are so gung-ho that they're meant to be together that they jumped the gun and got married for pretty much no reason.
I'm such a whore.
Well, you're my whore.
They barely even know each other. Ben is obsessed with Amy before he even knows her, and Amy leans on Ben because she's pregnant. That's all their relationship is based on. There's no long history that makes you want to root for them.
You place the ring on Amy's finger. Now this ring is a symbol of your love, which is eternal, unending.
And even more ridiculous, they didn't go through the proper channels, so the wedding didn't even count.
I now pronounce you man and wife. Amy and Ben Boykovich.
Number 9. Spencer finds out she has a twin. Pretty Little Liars. This show has some pretty wild twists and turns, but an evil twin reveal may have been a step too far. The elusive AD has been torturing the Liars for ages. Many minions have been fought and foiled, but AD outsmarts the Liars again and again.
I didn't know about you. I didn't know about Charlotte. I didn't even know about Mary Drake.
Finally, in the series finale of the show, we find out the truth. Spencer had a British evil twin all along. This moment is so crazy, you basically have to go back and watch the show all over again to make sense of it.
If I'm in here because you're pretending to be me, my friends are gonna figure it out. You're never gonna pull this off. I've already pulled it off.
It's kind of like when Hallie and Annie met for the first time in The Parent Trap, except more psychotic.
It's not too late to be family.
Yeah, it is.
Number 8. Rory quitting Yale. Gilmore Girls. All Rory has ever wanted was to be a journalist. Pretty much everything she's done in her life has been to reach that goal.
I thought I was doing okay.
I just don't think you really have the drive to put yourself out there, to be honest.
So it's understandable that she would be upset when she's discouraged by Logan's father. But there's no doubt that Rory's response is a huge overreaction.
That one looks good.
Yeah?
Nice and seaworthy.
Not ours to take.
That ever stopped you before?
After Mr. Huntsberger tells Rory that she's talented, but he doesn't think that she has what it takes to make it as a journalist, Rory steals a boat and quits school.
I've decided that I'm not going back to Yale next year.
I'm sorry, I don't think I heard you correctly.
Not only is this moment hugely out of character, it honestly just doesn't make sense. One sign of rejection and Rory throws away everything she worked her whole life for? Come on.
If you leave Yale now, you'll never go back. You'll lose momentum.
Momentum toward what? All I've been doing is working toward being a journalist. I'm not going to be a journalist, so what momentum am I losing exactly?
Number 7. Claire runs away. Degrassi, The Next Generation.
Can I stay? Yes, of course. Join us.
Pretty much the whole point of Degrassi is the sensational relationships, and Claire is definitely a common denominator in some of the more dramatic ones. Her breakups are legendary. When she and Eli broke up, she confronted him at a teenage club in front of many of her schoolmates with a screaming fit.
Did 3 months mean nothing? Did you flip a switch and erase me from your memory? It took you a year! A year to get over your ex! Did you ever love me at all?
And her breakup with Jake was no better.
Just make sure you stock up on condoms, Jake. This one's fertile.
Granted, the guy did break up with her at prom and then started hooking up with her friends, but running away to live in a drug den was a bit of an overcorrection on Claire's part.
Claire, you know this guy? I found him skulking around out back.
Yes, I know him.
No wonder the cops have been circling the neighborhood.
Cops? That's why you're moving?
Luckily, the cops bust the operation and put an end to Claire's new living arrangements.
Police! Have a warrant! Nobody move! Hands up! Hands up! On the ground! Now! On the floor!
Number 6. Dawson Crying, Dawson's Creek.
I just know that I need him.
Do you need him like you need me? Joey, it's a simple question. Do you need him like you need me?
With Dawson's admitted obsession with the fantasy of movies, it's no surprise that he can be a serious drama king. When Joey and Pacey start falling in love, Dawson gives Joey an ultimatum, telling her that she can't have them both.
You can't have him as your boyfriend and me as your consolation prize. You're gonna have to make a choice. And I'll tell you right now, if you choose him, I'm not gonna be around to pick up the pieces when it all falls apart.
We understand how upsetting your best friend and ex-girlfriend getting together can be, but to threaten to throw away a lifelong friendship if Joey chooses Pacey is absurd. Thankfully, he eventually gets his wits about him and tells her to go after Pacey before he sails away, but this leaves Dawson a blubbering, sobbing mess on the dock.
Dawson, I want us to still be friends, and I want to know that you don't hate me.
Just words, Joey. Just words.
This moment was so ridiculous, it spawned one of the most popular meme formats.
Dawson.
Joey, go. I'm telling you before I take it all back, all right? Just go. Go.
Number 5. Marissa Yells at Her Mother, The O.C. The O.C. is a teen drama that is somewhat more grounded in reality than others, but Marissa and Ryan's relationship is the definition of dramatic.
All summer long, you've ignored me, acting like I don't even exist. I wish.
What did you say?
When Marissa is upset about Ryan leaving for the summer, Julie confronts her about why she's been so surly, and finally asks her flat out just to talk about what's wrong. Marissa responds by screaming at the top of her lungs, flipping a lounge chair into the pool, and storming off in a huff.
You really want to know what's bothering me? Do you? Do you really want to know what's on my mind?
Yes.
Jeez, Julie was just trying to help. Thankfully, that wasn't the end for Ryan and Marissa, but their real ending is even crazier.
Ryan! Look out!
Marissa dies in Ryan's arms after their run off the road. That slow motion walk away from the burning car is truly heartbreaking. Number 4, Archie and the Bear, Riverdale. Much of Riverdale's 3rd season was a mess of overly sensational stories. There's the Griffins and Gargoyles saga, which is basically a generation-transcending fantasy game involving murder.
Who was even wearing that insane Gargoyle King costume anyway?
What are you talking about? We were all in our normal outfits.
Equally ludicrous is the Vixen's unnecessarily sexualized performance of Jailhouse Rock just outside the prison fence during Archie's juvie football game.
Let's rock! Everybody, let's rock!
But the moment we're ultimately choosing happens while Archie's staying at a cabin in the woods following Riverdale's shutdown. While out on the trails with Vegas, Archie is ambushed by a bear. Though the mauling is so bad he suffers hallucinations and park rangers find him apparently dead, the next episode sees him back at Riverdale as though nothing had happened. What did we miss here?
I need help. I've been attacked by a grizzly. I'm in bad shape.
Number 3, All the Kidnappings, One Tree Hill.
Smile, Peyton.
One of the best things about One Tree Hill is how relatable the characters are, but the scenarios they live through aren't exactly realistic.
Whoa, another text from Lucas. Let's see what it says.
Peyton was kidnapped by her fake brother Stalker, Jamie was kidnapped by his crazy nanny, and Nathan was kidnapped by some criminals who were after his money.
Hi, Jamie. It's me, Nanny Carrie. Open up. No, Mama says you're a bad person.
Oh, that's not true. I love you, remember? Now, open the door, buddy.
No, I want my mama.
I am your mama now.
All resulted in huge horror thriller-style arcs. Haley's undercover stint and Dan's rounding up of the boys to rescue Nathan are also laughable.
It's okay, son. I got you.
And that cornfield scene with Nanny Carey looked like something out of a Wes Craven movie.
Run!
This is supposed to be a show about two estranged half-brothers who play basketball, right? Number 2, Chuck and Blair watch Bart fall off the roof. Gossip Girl.
Oh my God.
Unlike One Tree Hill, the characters on this show have always been larger than life, just like the plots. But even on a show as dramatic as this one, this moment was really over the top.
What did we bury in that coffin? Charles, I'm here with you now, trying to explain.
Bart's first death clearly wasn't memorable enough, so he comes back from the dead and conspires to kill his own son.
Did you try to have me killed? Because you hate me so much? Or because I know too much?
After the huge reveal that Chuck is in fact still alive at an event celebrating Bart Bass, father and son end up on the roof of the building fighting to the death, and Blair witnesses Bart going over the edge.
Pathetic little boy!
The music swells as he clings on, reaching out for help, but Chuck and Blair just stand and stare as Bart falls to his death at his own party.
Please, son.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Blaine dates Kurt's former bully, David Karofsky. Glee.
I'm seeing someone.
Don't cry. Be cool. Smile. Oh God, I'm gonna be sick.
And I wanted to tell you in person, especially because you know him.
Please don't say Sebastian Smythe.
Hey, Kurt!
Annie's Hit and Run, 90210. Blair banishes Jenny from New York. Gossip Girl.
Get out of here now. And not just out of this hospital, but off this island. Go, and never come back. Because if you ever set foot in Manhattan again, I will know. And I will destroy you.
Quinn wants the baby she gave up for adoption back. Glee.
Do you have any idea how much it costs to raise a child? I called Child Protective Services and they're backed up, but we should have our baby back within like 2 weeks.
Holy crap, I can't believe you actually called them.
Elena erases her memories of Damon, The Vampire Diaries.
You had a nice moment on the road with a stranger, but that's all he was, a stranger.
Stranger. 2 people passing in the night.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Rachel gives Sunshine the wrong directions. Glee. Rachel has always been overly ambitious. It's even part of her charm to a certain extent.
Just a second, it's my favorite song they're gonna play. And I cannot text you with a drink in my hand. You should have made some plans with me and knew that I was free.
But this time, she takes things way too far. When New Directions is looking for new members, Rachel is excited at first to have some fresh blood. But when that comes in the form of Sunshine Corazon, Rachel gets so jealous she tries to destroy the foreign exchange students' chances.
That was fun. I'd love to join your club. When are auditions?
Let me get back to you on that one. Don't tell anyone about this, okay?
Okay.
Upon hearing Sunshine sing, Rachel starts to fear that Sunshine could steal her star power.
Hi. So, here's the address for the audition tomorrow and helpful directions. Look forward to seeing you there.
So, she sends Sunshine to a crack house instead of the actual location of the auditions. This kind of behavior isn't out of character for Rachel because she frequently puts herself before the team. But sending an innocent person to a potentially dangerous residence where illicit activities may be carried out is pretty over the top.
I just don't get it. You're better than this.
No, she's an ambitious little freak who'll do anything to hold on to her power.
Also, how would Rachel even know where to find a crack house? Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
To me life, and I don't mind when you